My friends, look at the escalating military conflict over the Strait of Hormuz. It's far more than a series of chaotic skirmishes, and it is actually a textbook exercise in game theory. At its heart sits the classic security dilemma, a psychological trap where any action intended to be purely defensive is automatically perceived by the other side as a direct offensive threat. Because the US is launching retaliatory strikes and Iran is shooting down shipping lanes in the strait, both sides have locked themselves into an ongoing Nash equilibrium. In this strategic matrix, neither player can unilaterally back down without risking a catastrophic hit from the other, turning a contained dispute into a rigid cycle of mutual retaliation. And to make things worse, this is playing out as a noise-repeated game, as you know, meaning all the aggressive rhetoric and unpredictable skirmishes create a strategic static that completely destroys normal communication. While a basic eye for an eye strategy usually allows for forgiveness once peace is given a signal, this immense noise we have makes any genuine attempt to have peace like a deceptive trap. And adding the fact that everyone is terrified of the losing phase due to their own domestic political constraints, like the upcoming elections in the US and the internal regime survival in Iran, and prideful posturing completely crowds out constructive diplomacy. And the de-escalation won't happen on the battlefield. No. It will only start when the players change their wording to allow for a face-saving exit. Now, my friends, think about what happens if this mathematical nightmare drags on into the next winter. That's where things could get really ugly for the markets. If the strait stays choked during peak winter heating season, the global energy prices will absolutely skyrocket, sending a massive inflationary shock straight through the economy. And the stock market's cozy summer nap we are having right now, and that whole Fed interest rate pause narrative everyone is cheering right now, will instantly evaporate. Fed Chair Kevin Warsh will be forced to put his boxing gloves back on, hammering debt-sensitive sectors, spiking volatility, and giving us a cold stagflation as a reality check. What makes this gridlock even wilder is the vicious loop it has created with artificial intelligence. AI is actively shaping the war through the highly sophisticated algorithm attacks, the cybernetic attacks, while the broader AI data center boom is running the economy way too hot, as we have seen by the Fed, keeping the inflation sticky and giving the Fed the perfect excuse to stay hawkish. And at the same time, the conflict's energy crunch is blowing right back into the tech sector, making it insanely expensive to keep these superpower-hungry models running. And the tech giants are already freezing discretionary budgets and delaying some of the big AI projects just to survive the OPEX, proving that the tech world is definitely not insulated from this geopolitical mess. My name is Leandro Guerra, and you are seeing this in the Outspoken Market Global. Let's see what will happen after the summer break. If that drags into the winter, as I said, that will be really messy. So keep things simple, trade safe, and see you next time. Ciao, ciao.